Hi guys, this is FD465.tv once more back with another video, and today we are going to continue with our update of our 5k to 100k challenge, where we pick one of the projects we have selected to invest in and apply our DYOR risk evaluation. Our DYOR risk evaluation is a mechanism that we use to establish whether a project is worth investing in. Is there any additional risk that we might miss if we just ape in or jump in? And the project we are going to be looking at today is OasisNetwork. Token ticker symbol ROSE, ROSE. Again guys, what I'm going to share with you here today is not financial advice. These are just my own opinions alone. If you do require financial advice, please seek someone who's trained to give you financial advice. Now that's out of the way, don't forget to follow us on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is right here on the screen. From time to time we do post different updates. We'll be sharing and posting what we are up to and the projects we're investing in. This is so that when we post certain information that you might consider time sensitive, you do not miss out on those updates, because it does take time to shoot a video, get it edited, and then post it on YouTube. By that time, most of the data or information we're sharing with you will have expired. It will be outdated. Following us on Twitter might help from time to time. Don't forget to comment down below as well. So click like and subscribe as well as comments down below, and thank you very much in advance. So OasisNetwork, founded in 2018, the OasisNetwork platform is a decentralized layer 1 proof of stake smart contract platform that offers efficient, verifiable, confidential smart contracts in a scalable and private environment. The main features of the platform enable efficient, verifiable, confidential smart contract execution built in modular format. The Oasis platform is consensus agnostic. That means it can accept and can work and interact with any consensus algorithm, from proof of work, proof of stake, and other hybrid consensus mechanisms. Its architecture is split into two key modules: in a computing layer, also known as the paratime layer, and a consensus layer, in order to achieve greater scalability and increased versatility. The Oasis platform utilizes the Byzantine fault-tolerant or BFT proof of stake based on the Tendermint BFT consensus protocol. Tendermint, by the way, is the consensus algorithm utilized by Cosmos, ticker symbol Atom. The network's layer 2 modular solution addresses both security and scalability. The Oasis network uses the concept of paratimes, similar to Polkadot's parachain. Think of the concept of paratimes as similar to Polkadot's parachains, where each parachain is developed for a specific application. This is exactly what Oasis Network has got right here, albeit on a different scale. The difference between parachains and paratimes is that, unlike a paratime does not need to do consensus itself, making paratimes simpler to develop and more integrated into the network as a whole. Paratimes take care of computation, and discrepancy detection is used to ensure correctness and integrity of execution, making paratimes more efficient than parachains and other designs that rely on sharding. And now here are some of the key features of the technology behind the Oasis Network platform. Oasis Network is the layer 1 blockchain with native support for rollups at the consensus layer. Separation of consensus and execution allows multiple paratimes to process transactions in parallel, meaning complex workloads processed on one paratime won't slow down faster, simpler transactions on another. The paratime layer is entirely decentralized, allowing anyone to develop and build their own paratime. Oasis Network themselves developed 3 paratimes, and the 3 paratimes are as follows. The first one is the Emerald paratime. This is an EVM compatible paratime which attempts to onboard Ethereum-based developers and projects. Then comes the Cypher paratime. This is the confidential smart contract paratime, and it holds the features that are unique to Oasis. The confidential smart contract paratime will hold features that Oasis is uniquely capable of supporting, which is privacy preserving smart contracts, use of trusted execution environment or TEE, and zero knowledge proofs ensure that smart contracts execute in total privacy. Then finally, there is the Parcel paratime, the confidential data storage, governance, and compute paratime. Parcel already has enterprise partners like Nebula, Genomics, Genetica, and BMW, who are all using it to store data like human genomics and so forth. What is Oasis Network's value proposition? Well, for layer 1 blockchain that proposes to offer privacy, the Oasis Network is a scalable, privacy-enabled blockchain. Paratimes on the Oasis Network can leverage privacy-preserving technology, enabling users to share their data to earn income while keeping it totally confidential, and unlocking new Web3 use cases like digital identity and private metaverse applications for blockchain. Then you also have the network as a scalable blockchain for private DeFi or decentralized finance. The network also enables data tokenization, data-based NFTs integrating within NFTs to make them more valuable by storing and transporting data, which will make the NFTs more dynamic. Here, think of a user who has their financial information or health records logged in a non-fungible token or NFT, giving them control on who can access their data and how this data should be used. Now, let's consider some of the key elements of our DYOR risk evaluation. Some of these elements, they do address the trilemma that Vitalik Buterin, the co-founder of Ethereum, raised a while ago. The trilemma consists of decentralization, scaling, and security. But we apply 13 elements. The 13 elements we apply, we'll share them later on. Keep watching. On decentralization, with around 120 validator nodes, the paradigm layer is reasonably decentralized, allowing anyone to develop and build their own paradigm. Each paradigm can be developed in isolation to meet the needs of a specific application, such as confidential compute, open or closed committees, and much more, with no permission required. Paradigms retain the choice to deploy either as permissioned or non-permissioned paradigm. In other words, it is down to individual paradigms to configure their respective design by selecting the scope and or level of security, performance, and privacy required. On scalability, the separation of the computing paradigm from consensus paradigm enhances scalability of the Oasis network. This separation allows for paradigms to be different from each other. For example, both confidential paradigms and non-confidential paradigms are able to run in parallel or simultaneously. Furthermore, paradigms can evolve independently while maintaining consensus even as security, scalability, or privacy technologies become more advanced, so they are built for the future, which is always a great thing. On interoperability, the Oasis network's modular design, the separation of the computing layer from the consensus layer, alongside the consensus agnostic nature of the Oasis network, these all combine to make the Oasis network interoperable. What about the project team? With approximately 27 team members based on their website information, which also includes their technical advisory committee, it tells us that the team is relatively sizable enough and they are able to deliver on their promises or declaration. On social media, the Oasis network has got 162,400 Twitter followers. It also boasts 12,800 Discord members. Now to Tokenomics, which is more important to some people. Again, guys, don't forget to click like and subscribe as well as smash that notification bell. Oasis Tokenomics, ticker symbol ROSE, ROSE. Total supply 10 billion. Total tokens at mainland launch 1.5 billion or 15%. ROSE tokens in circulation at the point of doing this video 5.03 billion tokens or 50.03%. Early backers 23% or 2.3 billion ROSE tokens. So these early backers were between 2018 and 2020, during which time Oasis raised over 45 million from well-known investment funds that acquired 23% of the total supply cap of the ROSE token. Core contributors were allocated 20% or 2 billion ROSE tokens. Foundation endowment 10% or 1 billion ROSE tokens. Community and or ecosystem 18.5%, which is 1.85 billion ROSE tokens. Strategic partners and reserves 5% or 500 million ROSE tokens. Staking rewards 23.5% or 2.35 billion ROSE tokens. Insider token allocation then comes to 58% or 5.8 billion ROSE tokens, which I think is quite sizable. And we know for our DYOR risk evaluation toolkit, this 58% goes way above our risk tolerance. This increases the risk that the project team can do as they like with the coins or tokens they control or under their control. This might not necessarily be tokens that belong to team members, but it could be tokens that belong to the team and can be used for all various purposes. Use cases, the Oasis network boasts of some reasonable use cases in that the ROSE token is used to pay for transaction fees, it's used for staking, it's also used for delegation on the consensus layer, and it's used for powering smart contracts. Infrastructural use cases for the Oasis network include the previously enabled smart contracts, use of trusted execution environments or TEE to ensure a secure computing environment. It also offers a consensus agnostic platform for smart contracts execution, which is a unique attribute. Not many blockchains out there can boast of agnostic consensus algorithm. And finally, you got the Cypher parachain, which enables functionality that prevents DEXs from front-running transactions. And with the Emerald paradigm, the Oasis platform boasts of high throughput, instant finality, and low transaction fees. There is privacy preserving data storage, so your data can be stored in total privacy. And then NFTs that are integrated or launched on the Oasis blockchain, they are dynamic in nature via the integration of data within the non-fungible token. Now, for some DYOR or risk evaluation, do your own research. We apply our 13 elements as follows. We've got a scale of 0 to 10, where we apply a score of 0 to 10 on the following 13 elements, 0 being the minimum and 10 being the maximum or the best. We look at decentralization, security, scalability, interoperability. What about the project team? How many are they? And are they available via social media, via Twitter and social media via Discord? We are also aware that there are other social media platforms that are of relevance to different projects. We chose to go with Discord and Twitter because those two platforms, their scope fitted in with our DYOR risk evaluation toolkit. And then we look at use cases. Does the project have any real world use cases? What about the token? Is it used for anything within the ecosystem? Then we go on to total tokens available, which is a maximum or a total hard cap. Some projects will have a hard cap, others won't. How many tokens were issued when the project was launched on mainnet or when it was launched for the first time? And then we also consider the total tokens in circulation at the point at which we are doing this current video, as well as how many of those tokens are under the control of insiders. This refers to all the tokens that are under the control of the team, including any tokens allocated to marketing or for future integrations and collaborations. They are still under the control of the project team, which means the project team can do as they like with that allocation. So let's look at some of the results that we allocated to the Oasis network when we applied our DYOR risk evaluation kit. On decentralization, we gave Oasis network 5 out of 10, security 5 out of 10, scalability 7.5 points out of 10. On interoperability, we gave it 10 out of 10 since we feel it's designed for interoperability. Project team, we gave it 7.5 points out of 10. Social media via Twitter, 7.5 out of 10. Social media via Discord, 5 points out of 10. Age of the project, 5 out of 10. Use cases, 7.5 points out of 10. We think it's got a reasonable basket of use cases, both infrastructural as well as use cases for the ROS token. Tokens issued at project genesis, we gave it 2.5 points out of 10. Total tokens in circulation, 5 out of 10. Maximum tokens available, we gave it 2.5 points out of 10. And insider token allocation, our threshold is 30%. Therefore, 58%, as is the case with the Oasis network, it goes way above our thresholds. So we are going to give Oasis network 0 points out of 10, which gives us a mega total of 70 points out of 130. How did we get to 130? We multiply the maximum points available per each element. So it's 10 multiplied by the total number of elements, which is 13. We get our total of 130. So 130 is the score that we are all aiming for. So we then categorize our risk levels into the following groups. The no-go categories, 0 points to 64 out of 130. That's a no-go category, which means the risk there is very extreme. It's very high. If there are no extenuating circumstances, this is a project we would not invest in. Then you have 65 to 89 out of 130. We call this could go to 0. This is a category where most of the projects we've been evaluating thus far have fallen under this category, which means quite rightly any project within the blockchain or within the cryptocurrency space could go to 0. The likes of Ethereum, Cosmos, Avalanche, and so forth. Then the third one from the bottom is potential, which is 90 to 109 out of 130. And finally, it's 110 to 130 out of 130, which is to go for it. Oasis network managed to hit 70 points out of 130, which puts it under the could go to 0 category. Again, guys, what do you think? Do you agree with all the individual scores we gave under each element, decentralization all the way to insider token allocation? Comment down below and let us know. Do you think Oasis has got a future? Do you think it could go to 0? Do you think it deserves to be in the company of some blue chips like your Avalanche and Ethereum and so forth? Comment down below and let us know. As far as you are concerned, we think Oasis is going to do quite well. The ROS token's performance itself achieved an all-time high of 59 cents in January this year, that is January 2022. Since then, the token has retraced to around 4 to 5 cents at the time of shooting this video. Future prospects? Its combination of smart contracts executed in total privacy, being consensus agnostic, and reasonable scalability, up to 1,000 transactions per second, makes it one of the big future projects that we are looking forward to. The future will be multi-chain, people. The future is going to be multi-chain, and it's going to be centered around interoperability. So projects that are designed for interoperability today are going to win big in the future. And Oasis Network is one of those projects. Do you agree with our assessment? Do you agree with our summary? Comment down below, guys, and let us know. Until next time, guys, this is FD for Search5.tv signing out. Bye for now.